4 years ago, Argentina proved that a national team willing to completely re-engineer itself around a veteran superstar could win the ultimate prize. They built a system to run for him, press for him, and ultimately hand him the trophy. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo arrives at his record-breaking 6th World Cup. At 41 years old, he is entering territory where no outfield player has ever been expected to lead a title charge. The question echoing through the sports world is whether Portugal can replicate that exact same blueprint to give their captain the perfect send-off. The skepticism is loud. Surviving a grueling 8-game tournament in the intense heat and humidity of a North American summer exacts a massive physical toll, and critics openly doubt if his legs can last the distance. Emotional momentum and sheer willpower aren't enough to carry a team to a final anymore. To protect an aging forward, you need a highly specialized, ruthlessly efficient tactical engine operating behind him. To capture the one trophy that has eluded him, Portugal has to prove they no longer rely on Ronaldo outrunning and outjumping everyone else. They have to play a completely different game. For years under Fernando Santos, Portugal's approach was famously rigid. The tactics were laborious, predictable, and heavily reliant on grinding out tight results. Enter Roberto Martinez. He was brought in with a specific mandate: tear down that rigid structure and build a fluid, high-scoring offensive machine. This chart shows Portugal's offensive production over recent years, and the spike under Martinez is massive. They've scored an astonishing 100 goals in his 39 matches in charge, generating the highest volume of high-turnover shots in Europe. The core is geometric staggering. Portugal builds with a fluid 3+2 shape, creating shifting passing triangles that easily bypass pressure. Once broken, wide players pin the defense to the touchlines, stretching the opposition horizontally to crack open massive spaces down the middle. When a team dominates possession in space like this, the central striker is completely relieved of defensive tracking duties. For a 41-year-old forward, it means conserving every ounce of energy solely for finishing chances inside the penalty box. But tactical shapes need operators. The primary engine driving this offense is Bruno Fernandes. He arrives on the back of breaking the all-time Premier League record for most assists in a single season. On the international stage, he led all players during World Cup qualifying by creating 21 clear chances. Operating right behind him is Paris Saint-Germain's Vitinha, a player who finished 3rd in the most recent Ballon d'Or rankings. Vitinha acts as the squad's metronome. In temperatures that can drain a team in minutes, his ability to read the game, knowing exactly when to slow the rhythm to a crawl or instantly accelerate the attack, is essential for survival. His distribution metrics back this up. Over 3,000 completed passes in the opposition's half this season, the highest mark across Europe. Possessing 2 elite enablers who can control the pitch and deliver precise passes completes the blueprint. It guarantees Ronaldo receives perfect service near the goal, without ever needing to drop deep into midfield to retrieve the ball himself. The immediate path forward starts in Group K, where Portugal draws DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. These matches will be played across massive North American venues. The sheer geography of the tournament, combining cross-country flights with stifling summer heat, will immediately test the squad's physical endurance. Bookmakers recognize their structural advantage, placing Portugal as heavy group favorites and giving them strong 11-to-1 odds to win the tournament outright. But for a squad carrying this level of talent, the group stage is just a warm-up. The true test awaits in the brutal knockout rounds, where the margins evaporate and historical ghosts tend to surface. Portugal has a complicated relationship with the World Cup. You have to go all the way back to Eusebio's run in 1966 to find their best performance, a 3rd-place finish. They haven't reached a semi-final since. For the last 2 decades, bridging that gap fell squarely on one man's shoulders. The nation relied almost entirely on Cristiano Ronaldo to single-handedly rescue them in major tournaments through sheer physical dominance. Now, that era is closing. The 2026 World Cup is the undisputed final chapter of his global legacy. There are no more tournaments after this. And therein lies the ultimate irony. Portugal has finally constructed a world-class, tactically elite machine that doesn't actually need Ronaldo to do everything. And because of that, this might just be his greatest chance to finally win it all.